It's going to be maize and green. Not the case.
Really deked us. They deked us on that one, going with the classic whites, which I appreciate, given the fact that Notre Dame's in all green with St. Patrick's Day weekend upon us. Face-off won by Michigan. First possession to the Wolverines. That's going to be a big battle today. Two of the top 10 teams striking first. Michigan took a penalty, and the Irish, right at the end of that 1 minute man up, was able to score with Chris Kavanaugh beating Hunter Taylor after Taylor made a couple of nice saves for Michigan. So the defending national champion Notre Dame Fighting Irish on top here early. And winning battles in the middle of the field, that is textbook Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
They're not all clones.
Yeah, McClain, a two-time All-Ivy selection when he was a Brown red transfer, now at ND, and Wietfeldt wins it back to a teammate. Going to keep an eye on that battle all game long. Two of the top 8 face-off men in the country statistically coming into this game. Lynch for Notre Dame, Wietfeldt for Michigan. Just picked up his first today, and he gives Michigan here the early lead at the 5-minute mark of this first quarter. That's going to stay with Michigan. You know, lots going to have to ride on these wings for Michigan. You think
he comes into this game with 10 goals, shooting almost 50% on the year as a freshman midfielder, Cotter. That is unheard of.
Face-off won that time by Hagstrom. You'll see Colin Hagstrom spelling Lynch every now and then, as he does here, and he wins a big face-off for the Irish, and they get a timeout. Look at his teammates.
Nice 1-2 punch, too easy. A clean pick set, no switch.
Notre Dame back to Hagstrom. He loses it. Michigan fires it quickly with Bame. Right off the draw, Wietfeldt found Bame on the doorstep, and they get it right back.
And the book on Wietfeldt is he likes to go out the front side. He's a senior now. Captain, facing off at about 65% this season after 62% a year ago. Notre Dame gives Bame that wing shot. That's turn and rake. Mikey Bame climbing the all-time ranks at the University of Michigan.
2 goals and 4 assists away now from becoming the all-time leaders in Michigan history in both of those categories.
Got 2 great shots. They could. I think the Patriot League's wide open, quite honestly, after Army. I think Army sits atop the bunch, but who's going to be Patriot League 2? Colgate beat Penn State. Could it be them? Could it be Navy? BU has a nice little history the last couple years for this bench.
Don't be surprised if we see as many as 9 different midfielders playing in this game for the Irish, and that's a perfect example. Now they're heating up at the face-off dot, and I feel like 51 knows it. Thought he took a shot.
That swings this thing in their favor, and you've seen it today. 5 of 6 goals from the midfield.
Notre Dame's on this run, too, because they're winning more face-offs. They've got Hagstrom now going up against Wietfeldt, and Hagstrom's 1-2 out of the 5 he's taken. Got another possession here, but a good trail check gets it back to Michigan. And he gets tripped up.
Wow, refs letting him play.
That's Stansel.
Nice save by Stansel after he got tripped.
Lynch is back in for the Irish. The battle Wietfeldt, now loose ball in the middle. Picked up by Notre Dame. And an outstanding job getting it to Donovan. 5 goals in the last 6 minutes for the Irish.
This is where in football the nose tackle would all of a sudden get a hamstring cramp and be lying on the field and get that extra time out.
Like a sack of potatoes. Coming off, he's had some games where he's been really quiet this year too, and he's coming off a big one last week against Ohio State. To Wellner's point, they're hot and they're getting hotter. which is a disaster for their ACC foes as they.
And Coach Wellner telling us that in the locker room, he's starting to become more of a personality. Quite
on that shot. Face-off won by Michigan. This is where they can make some hay at the face-off dot. They're going to have to. That time it was Jackie Weller.
That stands out to me is that each guy is starring in their role. So nobody is trying to be the superstar. They're just letting the game come to them and performing.
Lynch and Wietfeldt back at it to start this second half. And we have something we don't see very often anymore in lacrosse, a stalemate won by the Irish.
An extended draw. I thought we legislated that out of the game. Behind the backs, twisters.
His second of the afternoon score. Number 13, Jake Taylor.
2 today for Taylor. Big battle for the loose ball. Initially came out of there, it was Michigan, but Bergmaster eventually comes out. Weller beaten by Lynch. He'll shoot. Doesn't get to the cage. Is deflected high, and he'll stay with Notre Dame as it's backed up.
It's a perfect mix. Perfect mix. He plays his role so well, and he's got magic in his stick.
That 8 goals was his first game back. Really, seeing any action after that ACL injury, and scored. Hagstrom gets the win at the dot. And Parlett looking to attack. He shoots wide.
Again, midfield depth, a major strength of Notre Dame. To me, a separator when you're talking about other title contenders like Duke and Virginia.
And you could see by his teammates' reaction on the sideline, they appreciate the work Angrick does day in and day out in practice, getting some opportunity, getting some run, getting the second goal of the year.
Taylor, you're approaching that 8-goal threshold that he hit against Syracuse back in 2022.
And was scoreless in the first quarter. Pedersen. Stansel. Way up in the air. Flag down. We might get another one here.
Yeah, this is going to be a slash call against one of the Kavanaughs during the ride.
Shots for Jake Taylor.
They're saying Sports Center top 10.
He owns the single game record of 8 goals in a game that he set a couple of years ago, and he's threatening that mark right here. Houlihan. What about taking the shot? Wietfeldt wins the draw. And Light again in the passing lane. Disruptive. Ooh, big hit. Ball still loose. Napolitano tried to pick it up, and it's going to end up being Michigan's in the end.
But such an inside presence. He hovers. He's got a great game sense.
You saw the graphic, his 31st goal of the year. Leads the country in goals per game coming in. Looks like that's going to continue after today. And I'm added a little bit of oomph to that shot. Hagstrom wins the draw. Takes the shot. That almost went in because it was such a bad shot.
Shane Carr now between the pipes, 41.
The veteran taking over in
that box area, and it's one cradle and a pass. Offensive efficiency soars. Like, the fundamentals matter at this level.
Since that loss to Georgetown at home about a month ago, they have just put a dagger into the hearts of the Big Ten, haven't they? Consecutive wins, 3 straight wins over Maryland, Ohio State, and today they'll make it 3 over Michigan.
And they put the ball in the frame.
Andrew Greenspan taking the draw for the Irish. Gets a nice hand from the crowd here as he wins it to himself. They get the TO. As he got in the restraining box, they did. It's a good look at Andrew Greenspan, the freshman. Wins his 6th draw in 10 attempts on the season.
I think today we did it earlier. When your role players can come in and get production, man, that just makes the locker room jubilant. Everybody's important. It adds some spice to practice on a mundane Monday or Tuesday.